Hi, kitty. Yes, I have a cat and I have a dog who likes to bark whenever she wants to. My cat is in heat. Um, Hello, everybody. So, I am thinking about making a new series called Omar Drives. I am Omar. Um, and unfortunately, because of COVID and finances and credit on the racetrack, I am unable to actually race these cars in person or drive these cars in person. But a lot of the cars that I'm deciding to actually quote and unquote drive in this game or this simulation, however you look at it, um, because a lot of the cars that I have in this game that I use frequently, I've actually driven in real life, and I can still remember the way that they felt while on the road. Um, so I'm going to do my best in multiple different cars. I'm probably going to do a car an episode and stuff like that. But the first car I decided to do today is the Viper. Specifically the one that you see on the screen right now, which is the Dodge Viper GTS. GTS 2002. This one is slightly modified. I've reduced the power, I believe. No, I've increased the power by 12%. I've decreased the weight by roughly about 26%. No, 16%. I apologize. I'm going to put traction control at the lowest possible setting without taking it completely off. I'm going to be putting on, I'm going to do comfort soft tires for the most. No, I drive this car better with super soft tires. I'm not going to drive it. I'm not going to change the majority of it of any of the cars that I drive in these episodes. I'm just going to end up showing a lot of the build sheets I have for them as far as the simulation allows me to, as far as the tuning that the simulation allows me to actually do. As you can see, the tires that are provided here are categories from comfort hard, so comfort hard tires that are meant to go long distances, all the way down to heavy wet racing tires. Essentially what that means is that if it's a heavy, extremely downpouring rain and you're still trying to go race, these tires would essentially make it so you would able to still have traction to a certain extent and a certain torque application that is pressed onto the gas pedal and essentially the responsiveness of the actual car. Obviously, this game has like I said, I've modified these cars a bit. Suspension is the main thing I modified, and additional power and stuff like that. As you can see on the left-hand side of the screen, where the application of power balance is not available, or the balance of power is not available. I'm not sure why. I would have to look into that probably on a different episode. Or not even an episode, I'm off screen. But I've increased the power for 12% from the original that it had, which is originally it sat at 448. And I think that the numbers that they actually put here is not crank power and torque. I think it's actually like wheel power and torque, because the way that these cars like break loose in this simulation it feels like it's more. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna put it down. No, I'm gonna leave it the way they are modified. If I drive a car that's not modified, then I'll just leave it the way it is. You don't have to ask. You were already on the couch. So I'm going to leave those the way it is. Yes, I've done it so the absolute amount of weight was able to be taken out. It says the cap for adjustment here is 2,900 to 3,900 pounds. The 3,900 pounds would be the full, like 113% of the original weight. So I'm just going to have it at 84. Power at the wheels is 502. Max torque is 548. Yes, so yeah, this car does get squirrely. From previous lives that I've done with this car, or the live recordings replays I've done of this car is it does get squirrely, but it does handle pretty well if you know what you're doing with the car. I'll be honest, it took me probably about a month to actually get this car exactly the way I wanted it, where ride height is 3.94 inches off the ground, front and rear. The tire, the spring weight hertz, or the natural frequency in hertz for the springs is 170, or sorry, 1.7. Anti-roll bars, I have them at level 7 in the front, level 4 in the back. Compression ratio and percentage, I have it at 60% compression ratio, and the rebound, I have it at 90. Negative camber angle for the front, I have 0.5 negative camber in the front and 0.1.5 negative camber in the rear. I know a lot of the times that when we end up tuning cars for corners and stuff like that, we kind of tend to lean more in the opposite direction when it comes to the actual degrees of negative camber that we put on vehicles. But with the way that this car actually, the way I drive this vehicle onto the actual simulations on these tracks is essentially I like to throw this car around the corners and stuff like that. I have the rear toe in 0.6 degrees, mainly because of the fact that I prefer the amount of give back and control that the back wheels will actually do, and I've played Forza, I've had Forza, and I've had pretty much every Gran Turismo from 3 and up. I much prefer the way that Gran Turismo actually allows me to tune vehicles. Forza is easier to understand. Gran Turismo is definitely a lot of trial and error. Definitely a lot of trial and error. But it is one of those things that it felt right. The next is aerodynamics. Of course, this car one thing that I don't understand about this Gran Turismo in comparison to the Gran Turismo 4 is the fact that it doesn't allow you to change the aerodynamics. Gran Turismo 4, I remember that you were able to actually add a wing, different kind of style and stuff like that, and it would allow you to actually adjust the aerodynamics to it. That, and there was actually nitrous oxide in that game. But the aerodynamics, obviously I didn't have any onto the vehicle. They weren't available to me in this Gran Turismo, which unlike Forza allows you to actually mess with the downforce and stuff like that as far as aerodynamics does. Drivetrain, it is only rear-wheel drive, so it does have only one pumpkin in the rear. I think the original pumpkin in these cars were either Dana 44s or Dana 60s. I'm not entirely sure. Let me see. Yeah, I'm trying to remember what axle was in the back of that, because I'm pretty sure it's a solid rear axle. I'm actually currently looking it up. I know I didn't have any of this prepared. So the gear on the rear of at least the ACR GTST, which I think this model is, I think. I'm waiting for the camera to pan to the actual side. Oh, I'll wait for that. I'll continue looking at this. But yeah, it says right here where the Dodge Viper GTST ACR Mopar, I believe this is the new rear gear, which ends up being 3.75 rear gearing, which that's some pretty long legs, honestly. Unfortunately, no, it's actually it seems to say that it has independent rear suspension and rear half shafts for the actual differential. Is it? No, so it's a 9-inch rear. What? I'm getting so many different actual things. I'm not gonna do that. That's not. No. I don't like that. I don't like how it gives a bunch of different information. But yeah, so I ended up putting some torque thrust wheels, old muscle car wheels on these, which I personally felt like they looked the best in comparison to a lot of the other wheels that I had for this vehicle. But yeah, so this is the vehicle that I'm going to be driving today. So we'll see if it actually, if it wants to do something. What is going on? Oh, there we go. I went to my garage. I went to my home. So this is, for those of you who don't have or haven't played this, this is the actual home screen for the Gran Turismo Sport. Here, I'm going to do the arcade, and I'm going to end up doing a time trial. I'm not going to have it race against other cars and stuff like that. One of the tracks that I do like a lot, and I've been learning a lot, is Suzuka Circuit in Japan. I've gotten pretty good with driving around Cirque du Soleil and the Nürburgring. So I've gotten pretty good at it. I'm not comfortable enough at Spa yet to drive these cars at. But I am from Southern California, and Willow Springs Raceway is not that far away from where I grew up, so I have to go with Willow Springs. Personally, I do like Streets of Willow because it's more of a flat track rather than well, there are some ups and downs, but I don't feel like there's as many ups and downs as the no, not Dusk. Hell no, not Dusk. Dusk in the desert of California is freaking dark. Yeah, 9 o'clock. Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's and it's normally darker than that at 9 o'clock at the evening in Southern California. The sky's about that clear though. I'm gonna do 8 o'clock in the morning. Hopefully that you'll be able to hear me over the actual noise of the car driving itself and stuff like that, because I have the in-cabin engine induction noise and the transmission gearing. I think I have the dog box in this. I'm not sure. No, I do not. So it's the standard. It's the basic differential that came into this car. I haven't messed with it yet, and I don't think that this is true. 326 miles an hour in 6th gear. I'm not sure if that's actually true. It says 5th gear, 203. So we'll see. Well, I mean, maybe because of the amount of power that I actually put onto this, the 12% extra overage on power that I put onto this car. So maybe I haven't actually tested it to go 326, which I doubt it actually would. It's strange how that actually. So it says right there that the red line is this, so peak everything on this ends up being 6,800 RPM. Oh no, I apologize. That says 6,000 RPM. That's kind of hard from where I'm sitting in relation to the screen. So I'll just do the screen from the inside. Sorry, I have to move this out. So that, like, it is kind of unforgiving, even the way I set it up. I do like it though, and I did set up this before I did the video, where I set up the whole, like, the points, the best points of turning, brake flashing. So the brake flashing is telling me when to brake, essentially. The big red square that tells me I have to be in second it's telling me essentially what gear I should be in for the corner that I'm attacking. I think I wanted to start this series off with this car because I remember I used to have a friend of mine that asked me, what is my favorite car? Out of all the ones that I've ever known, out of all the ones I've ever seen, out of all the ones I've ever studied. And I am a very huge Mercedes guy. Probably my favorite Mercedes I've ever had. Oh, I did. And that's with 1.5 100% traction. I don't know why. But the way it dips and dives and like the body roll feels roughly about the same I would feel if you drive for Dodge or work for Dodge. Yeah, the gearing sounds just about right too. I like it. But yeah, no, he was asking me what my favorite car was out of all the ones I've ever owned, driven, even worked on. I'm a huge Mercedes. My favorite Mercedes that I've ever owned, right about or studied the engine platform on, was my 1993 Mercedes. Unfortunately, I wasn't that well versed in Mercedes at the time. I was just starting to get into college and high school when I bought it. And it was, I messed up the transit. But it was probably one of the only cars me and my family agreed upon for me. That it was, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. But as far as favorite, I'd probably have to go with this one. If I'm going to be 100% honest, the reason why is that, actually there's probably a multitude of reasons sorry, I got totally distracted. I didn't even mean to pull off the tractor. I just got distracted. But, no, I like the setup. I like the setup in the car. Like, let's see if I don't care if it's a time trial, honestly. The setup inside the car itself. Oh my Jesus! The setup of the car inside of the self, I like. I like where the climate control is at. I like how the radio is right there where my right hand is. The big giant square vents right here, and then like all of the gauges. Like the gauges in right there reminds me like as if I was like walking up to the Apache helicopter. But like I like how the gauges are up where I can see them, where I can just like look like a second at it. I can just look to the right there. Obviously I have to look really hard to see what I'm actually looking at. But that's with this quality, the way that this game actually graphics is. I like how only the important things are in front of you. What RPM you're at, what gear I'm in, or what the RPM I'm at, and how fast I'm going. Like, this just has my seatbelts. I do like how these Vipers do have the seatbelts that come from the right side over to the left, rather than the left side over to the right. When I did used to drive these cars around and stuff like that, when I was working on customer cars, I enjoyed how the seatbelt felt. I felt more secure with the seatbelt. The steering wheel, I'm not a big fan of. Weird steering wheel. Very weird steering wheel. I guess the size and the area that it's in, like, fits the car, I guess. But it reminds me of the Dodge Intrepid. Nothing wrong with the Intrepid. Like, I actually do like the 2008. But it's just one of those things that's like, it's one carryover car that I think they could have used a little bit more attention to. I mean, obviously, most people, when they get in this car, they don't value it and they just drive it. Like that Lamborghini guy on Hooligan that everyone bashed. Just disintegrated those tires in the daily meter Viper. Like, that's the kind of person that I am. Even though that these are my, like, this is my absolute all-time favorite car, I would daily drive it. Like, I'm comfortable enough with the car and traction control and stuff. I mean, I probably would install traction control. I mean, just because, like, my wife wanted to drive the car, I should be able to spinning tire and stuff. I really do. I like the way it sounds. haven't even done the screen from the outside yet. I mean, those who actually have seen my live replays of the... Oh, cool! Wiper blade access. I did not, you know what, these wiper blades are pretty bad. Where's the track? Damn it. Thank you. That's the one time I needed it. It took too long. I like the way the wipers are. It's not distracting. It's not distracting at all. Let's see. No, that's reverse. My headlights. How do I change my screen again? I don't remember. Square. Ha! Okay. So, I do like... What is this? But I do like the way it looks from the back. How the Viper M1 lights up braking. I like it. I like this car. I like it. The hood itself from the roof view, you can see the ground effects. I believe, if I'm mistaken, please correct me in the comments, but I believe that those ground effects right there are actually to help the car either one, stick to the ground, or two, allow air to pass over the rotor so it doesn't hit the brakes. I like the intake vents that are really close to the window there. They're not either intake vents. But I remember correctly, those were intake vents. The look from the Viper from the side just looks great. I mean, it won't let me. But like the look from the side of the Viper just looks great. It just the small back end, the long front tires. High revving V10 like the M3, the M5 BMW with the 10-cylinder. It's not as high revving as that one or the LFA or anything like that, but taking that a little slower. I'm gonna do that next turn. Oh, this is a bit. This is part of Big Willow. I can't get it. I can't even get into third gear. I mean, I probably could if I was actually trying my best, but like this is one of the only times I've gone on to Streets of Ludo on like by myself. I'm like trying to learn. I'm trying to remember the parts of the track and not look at the map. Mother of God, why would I do this? Oh, horrible test lap. I have over 190 cars in my Gran Turismo garage. If there's any suggestions of any possible out of the 500 cars or over 500 cars that this game has, I'll do my best to acquire it, like learn the car and learn about the car before I actually do one of these slides again, which I'm trying my best to do. Probably is, but I don't know the way to do this. Shall be. But until then, it's live. Obviously, that was a lot slower than my last. Oh no, my last lap was slower. Well, 124 looks like was my fastest lap in this thing. On Streets of Willow, which I feel like I could do better. Oh yeah, even on like your own time trials, the game gives you credits and stuff like that. So my second lap, no, my third lap, my fifth lap was it looks like, no, my seventh lap, I did the best in the second and in the fourth section of their track. What is that? Okay, well, yeah, it looks like that my second lap, I did a little bit better on the first section than I did in the first lap, but like by possibly a little over the second. As I go over here, it looks like I went a lot slower. Yeah, it looks like I went a lot slower overall on my second lap than I did my first. It appears as if my fourth and third lap. Wow. Oh yeah, I stopped. That's right. I stopped and I started looking at the car and stuff like that. But yeah, so this is one of the other reasons why I like Gran Turismo, because it tells me how much I actually. How I actually do in certain sections on what laps and the times I got overall and if they were better than the last. It looks like my first lap or my second lap was slower than my first by 28 seconds, it looks like from where I'm at. The third lap was 4 seconds slower. The next one was 2 minutes. My best lap by... It looks like it's my best lap by 3 seconds, and my sixth lap was my best one. That wasn't bad. Okay, so I'm going to do another time trial with this one, but I'm going to try and do my best to go kind of all out on, well, as much as this car will let me to go all out without crashing into a wall. I'm not going to do the chicanes. I will do... You know what? Let's do a 3 o'clock afternoon drive in France. And my American V8 redneck dream car. I say redneck dream car because it really is. It's quote and unquote 500 horsepower, 10 cylinders. It sounds wicked. It comes with the manual gearbox. There's no power steering. There's no traction control. There's no ABS. Like it actually, you know what? I actually believe these cars are actually more practical in the scene because of the hatch. But the engine bay is massive. You just open the giant clamshell hood and then just end up working on it. But yeah, I'm gonna see if I can do 2 laps and then I think we'll call it a day. This is actually the track I tested this with. I've actually reinstalled this into my platform. I'm gonna do my best to stay quiet. ridiculous. I didn't ask for a rerun. Mother of God. This is ridiculous. I need to get used to this. Okay, wow, okay, so I was already going a lot faster than the previous time. Seems like it's slower than the last lap. Obviously going to be a little faster than the last lap. I love this. It's so stable. I feel like it does what I want when it checks my last 2 Yeah, alright. Here we go. 4:05 was the best lap I could do. Well, probably not the best lap I could do, but the best lap you guys are getting today. Well, there you go. Have fun, guys.